Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today, we're going to be talking about Fast X, or Fast and the Furious 10, directed by Louis Leterrier. All right, guys. So, I've caught some flack from people saying that this is stupid and one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time because I am supposed to acknowledge the fact that they do asinine, stupid crap through the entire movie that defies the laws of physics and reality, right? And they're like, "Oh, you don't know that these movies are supposed to be over the top and silly?" No, they're not supposed to be. Because I remember when the very first Fast and Furious movie came out, and it was about real life situations and real life things. And it was about a cop trying to stop some street racer burglars, right? That's what it was about. It was about a real life things. From 1 through like 4, it was about real life situations. And then from like 5 to 10, it just gets more absurd and preposterous with every freaking entry. They hijack a nuclear sub, they go to the moon, they have, ramp a car to hit a crane to make the crane swing and knock a rolling obstacle out of the way. It's like, come on, guys. It's not Indiana Jones with cars. And the thing is, I may have been kinder to it if the first film would have started off as super spy agents with race cars and their superheroes and all that, but that's not how it started off. And this is one of the few franchises that has had, more than 3 entries, and each one gets progressively stupider. And people eat it up with a spoon. That's what I don't understand is the fact, yes, I could turn my brain off and just veg out to this and be like, oh, family, Vin Diesel, we're going to do this forever, yada, yada. But I don't want to. I like to think in movies. I like to, have a little character development. I like to have a good writing and story. And the action is a plus. If it's an action movie, make the action believable, make it realistic. I mean, making a car do a flip to take a mine off the bottom of it. Get out of here with that. Nothing that doesn't really happen. That car flips over upside down and smushes the driver inside. That's what happens. It's just this was such a terrible, terrible movie. And in fact, after this, I'm done with Fast and the Furious. Because this leaves you on a cliffhanger, right? You're like, oh, how are they going to survive this? And the cliffhanger they leave you on, no one could survive that in reality. And I'm sure when the next movie starts, there's going to be this, grand magnum opus of action to start it off to say this is how they lived. Stupid. And it's going to be some kind of like, sophomoric writing that gets them out of this situation. One of the things that in this movie, Vin Diesel's play mother was like, oh, abuelita. She's talking to all the kids and she's talking to everybody, all the family that's not actually family sitting around the table. And she's like, oh, this legacy could go on for generations. God, I hope not. I hope after whatever Fast 11 or whatever the next one is, I hope Vin Diesel just retires the whole franchise. He won't, because people are still paying him money to make it. But I wish he would. I wish he would be done with that franchise. Go back to making Riddick movies or something that was interesting. Like Fast and the Furious has overstayed its welcome as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it was so just hokey and pretentious. The whole movie was like, we know we're doing stuff that isn't actually possible, but just enjoy it. And then we get dialogue like, I've got this. And then, Michelle Rodriguez comes in, no, we've got this. And that's the dialogue. That's the whole line. I've got this. No, we've got this. Who wrote this? A 10-year-old? Give me something more than that. It's just, and then they have one scene where they basically turn a giant ball into like Rocket League. There's a giant ball rolling down a street, and they're doing they're like hitting it with their cars and doing all that. I'm like, was this Rocket League, the live action movie? It's just preposterous. And these movies, are just absolute trash by this point. I mean, for the past few entries, they've been trash, but this was like the magnum opus of crap. This was like the Triceratops poop in Jurassic Park. That's what this movie is, a big steaming pile of dinosaur shit. But I will say one thing, though. Saving grace of the entire movie, Jason Momoa. He plays like a metrosexual gangster. I mean, he's cool. He's really cool, but he's different, and I love that. That was the one saving grace of this film. And I watched it, and I was almost fixing to turn it off. I'm being honest, but then Jason Momoa came on, and I was like, I'm sold. So I watched the rest of the movie just to see the confrontation between Vin and Momoa and see how that would play out. And I just loved his character. He was so sinister and psychotic, but he was fun loving and boisterous. Like, it was just something about his character that really, really appealed to me, and I really liked his character. But aside from that, this movie was awful. It was god awful. And like I said, I'm done with the franchise after this. It gets 1.5 stars. It's streaming on Peacock if you really want to check it out. I mean, I don't recommend it, but that's up to you. You want to hurt yourself? Go right ahead. Uh, and as always, guys, if you like what you hear and see, click like and subscribe. Ring the little bell for notifications. Go over to Facebook. Join our Facebook group, Cinema Dolce. And then, for all my TikTokers out there, if you guys want other stuff that may not necessarily go on my TikTok, come over here to Facebook, check me out, like, subscribe. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless. I love you. And I'm going to keep watching them as long as you keep making them. Peace out. Nope, I said that backwards again, didn't I? God, I do that all the time. I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them, guys. God bless.